Hello everybody, what's up? CaptainTurbo here, and welcome to part 3 of the Mega Man 4 Let's Play. And we have got 2 Robot Masters left to do, and we are starting this part off with Dive Man. And no, this isn't a football reference where somebody takes a dive. We're talking about actual little scuba diving, I guess? Maybe? That was a terrible joke. I apologize. But if I'm not making... Here's the problem with me. If I'm not making a sex joke, I suck at any joke. And unfortunately I don't have a partner here to help me along the way by making sex references. I've actually played this level once before, I think, if I recall, before doing this Let's Play, so I actually ended up doing quite a bit better in this level than I expected. I do think I remember that people didn't like this level, and I actually enjoyed it. I thought this was a good level. We did get the mini-boss this level, get 2 of these whales. They're actually fairly easy to deal with. You got plenty of time to charge your buster. They don't actually take a lot of hits before they go down, especially if you charge the thing up. You don't even have to charge it up, to be honest. You could just use normal pellets and you'll take them down quick enough. Be careful in this section though, as you can see I get hit a couple times. Didn't really get the pattern, so I just pretty much tanked my way through. Another Eddie post here. I didn't manage to avoid it, but thankfully it was something helpful like an E-tank. And believe me, those tanks came in handy for the last boss. Oh, the failures. The music here is really good as well. This is the first time I'm actually hearing this one properly. I think we got another one of those bosses coming up in a moment. Got some stingrays there. Christ, somebody tell Steve Irwin for fuck's sake. Alright. Actually, I can't tell what these things are supposed to be. I'm not really knowledgeable about aquatic life, so... there's the second one. The spikes are actually pretty simple to avoid. Just stay as far to the left as you can. Actually, if you go behind him, you might be able to work it as well. Now, you want to actually head to the right here to continue the level. If you head down, that's where the item is for the second item of the game. I think I may have actually suffered a death here. Oh no, I didn't. Plenty of time for me to fuck up yet, though. No, it's right there. And we get the W item, which... Do you know what, guys? I actually can't remember what... Oh, it's the wire. Basically, you'll use a wire, a grip claw wire thing, so you can cling on to ceilings and stuff in case you've run out of like rush coil or something like that. But that is the actual last item of the game, I believe. I said I'm pretty sure there's only 2, and you saw me get the balloon earlier, so... And they're optional, you don't have to get them to beat the game. I do go back a little bit. I probably should have edited it out, but it didn't take me back too far, so I didn't really see the point. Anyway, we're back here. I actually only fell back into it. I said going over to the right is the way you want to go to continue the level. These mines will explode when you get too close to them, so maybe try and trigger them and back away. At least that's my my philosophy for the most part. Unfortunately, I don't really get close enough to them. I'm afraid they're going to explode when I get too close, but no, they're set on the timer, so you have got enough time to get away. And those are obviously instant death spikes, so, and I was very lucky there. If those things had been any lower, I would have died. I actually think I only suffered like 1 or 2 deaths in that stage, and that was from like instant death spikes, and jumping into them and stuff like that, so... Yeah, and if you can hear a difference in the tune, like it's cutting where it's not supposed to, that's me editing around. Like I said, the Robot Masters I didn't always get on my first try, so... this one is actually fairly easy in idea, but can be a pain. He's pretty quick with his tornado spin, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I don't think I didn't manage to beat him after several attempts, so I ended up just using my E-tanks where I could. Unfortunately, I'm using a lot as the skull barrier here. I did kind of get the pattern down for the most part, as you saw there at the end of the fight, but it did prove to be fairly tricky. Anyway, that's 7 of the 8 down now. We've only got 1 more Robot Master left to go. And I believe it's Drill Man, if I recall. I actually thought Dive Man was last for some reason. Anyway, for beating Dive Man, we get the Dive Missile. Or Missile, however you want to pronounce it. And yeah, I'm leaving these passwords in just in case anybody, for whatever reason, wants to use them. I don't know why anyone watching this would want to use my passwords, but especially when you can just do a quick Google search. Anyway, we got Drillman. It looks a lot like Crashman, actually. Just realized that. Actually, the level, the interior of the level here kind of reminds me of which was the what Robot Master was it? No, it wasn't Hornet Man. It was it was Heavy Man. I think is Hard Man, was it? The big guy from Mega Man 3. The one who pounded the ground with his ass and it caused like a quake. It caused Mega Man to stop moving. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Hard Man. Yeah, the design of this level in terms of what's the word I'm looking for? God damn, I just can't think today. Going for this extra life, I think actually, yeah, I got greedy and suffered a death. Well, that was embarrassing. Let's try that again, shall we? Why is it that when I get to the Let's Plays, I can't actually think of the words I want to use? I can use them in everyday conversation perfectly fine, but when I'm recording, no. Hey guys, for things I got planned this year, to be honest, I don't really have anything in terms of like written down or anything like that. I'm pretty much just playing it by ear. Like I said, so far for 2017, I've recorded some of the Sonic Adventure 2 Let's Play. Obviously, you guys will have seen the entire things already up. If you're watching this one. Obviously doing Mega Man 4 now, and I have no idea what I'm going to do next. Well, I've got some ideas, but I haven't actually got anything set in stone. The problem is I'm actually running out of old school games to play now, and that usually wouldn't be a problem, but with my format, I can't, you know, where I'm only doing one video per week, it kind of makes it hard to do shorter games. I've got a couple I could do fairly quickly if I wanted, but I'll have to see. See what's on the books. Here's the thing, other than Adventure 2, I have done quite a few old school games recently, so yeah, maybe I should do a few more newer things. I'll have to think. I don't think yeah, I must have used Eve. Did I use an E10K? No, I used the Rain Flush to get rid of these guys. Oh, and I had extra life as well. Huzzah! You're about to see me fail massively using the wire here. The problem is getting this set up properly. Yeah, I got too far away there. I'm worried about hitting that there, so it's hard to determine where exactly to jump from. But thankfully I did get the E-Tank. You get plenty of that anyway, so there's nothing really to worry. I don't think it can act as an actual weapon though, so try not to use it for that. And no, I didn't actually try and use it as a weapon at all during my actual Let's Play. And unfortunately I did get killed there though. Who said I'm not good at video games? Actually near the end of the level if I remember. I still got some more to go. Oh, here I would just recommend having the skull barrier out. Rocks will drop from these tubes up above. Plus you gotta turn on lights in order to get the platforms to appear. It's really fucking weird. You don't actually have to use a weapon for the lights. You just have to touch them with Mega Man. But they can be a little bit intimidating though if you don't know where the actual platform is. Thankfully, I actually get through that on my first attempt. That wasn't like a multiple attempts thing. That was pretty much from just remembering certain Let's Plays. We're about to take on our final Robot Master right now, who is obviously weak to the dive missile, or missile. This guy, I actually think, is fairly easy, actually. He'll basically drill underground. You can't actually touch him while he's underground. Leave it for about 5 seconds and he will reappear, and that's pretty much the entire boss for the most part. He will shoot missiles at you like this. My advice, thankfully they don't home in on you or anything like that, so as long as you're able to avoid them by jumping over them, yeah, I would actually say this is one of the easier boss fights. I did suffer one death, but that was me wasting the missiles. You see, I'm still wasting them here, but well, I'm a bit ashamed of myself actually, because this guy isn't that difficult overall. In fact, I think do I have to fight him later with the Buster? I can't remember. And there we go. Last Robot Master taken care of. Obviously not the end of the game though. We're roughly at the halfway mark though. At least in terms of the actual game, not in terms of the actual Let's Play. Let's Play 6 full parts. This is only halfway through part 3. We're not the end. We're not halfway until we finish this part. I actually missed what we get there for Drillman. Never mind. Probably Drill Metal or something. But we do get the Rush Jet Adapter, which is very similar to the one in Mega Man 3. Not quite as good, but it does its job fine. But now that we've taken on all 8 Robot Masters and proven our worth, it's time to take on Dr. Cossack. And if I remember correctly, Dr. Cossack is actually Russian. I'm not actually remember if they did actually tell you that during the opening cutscene in part 1. I apologize, I wasn't paying attention to the actual text. I just know this stuff from the comic book, so yeah. As you can see, we've got 4 different stages here. So yeah, I must do quite a lot for these stages. And of course, since we're doing a Russia theme, obviously it has to be cold, because it's Russia. It's not like we could take advantage of the fact it's a video game now. I do like the music here though. We're taking on Slinkies for some reason, because everybody loves a Slinky. God, I must have about 3 of those fucking things over my lifetime. They always get tangled up or warped in some way. It's fucking weird. You know, I was a little bit apprehensive about that jump right there. For some reason I decided to use Rain Flush there. I don't know why. Quite easy to kill them without using it, but may as well take advantage of the fact that I got the weapons. I don't think I need Rain Flush for any fights yet, so may as well. Also, by the way, there are ice physics in this level, so be very careful. I fell off on these platforms at least 3 or 4 times just due to forgetting there's actual ice physics. See, here's the thing, as soon as you jump, you don't exactly lose all momentum. It's weird how the momentum works with the ice in this level. I can't really describe it. It's like, you have to jump and then do a slight jump once you've landed just to get out of the sliding. It's the best way I can put it. And I realized, no, I'm not going under there. At least not going under there and living anyway. Yeah, wait for him to chuck one of those and then jump across. Be careful of that guy though, I actually didn't know there was one there. I can't remember if this is my first attempt at this level or not. At least in the Let's Play, I mean. Alright, it's time for the balloons. Oh, if I remember what's coming up. Oh my god, the time I wasted. In fact, I did speed it up. I know I speeded a certain section up, but oh my god, is it coming? Yeah, it's coming up. I do like the slight snowfall here. I think it's actually pretty nice. Why it's not lower down, I don't know, but yeah, I kind of like it. I like the fact that they're all different sizes as well, not just all... Here we go. Oh my god, the time I wasted here. I know I didn't end it around, but I did. Yeah, here we go. I could not for the life of me get past this section. Bear in mind, this is sped up I think like ×4 as well. So I'm basically there, waiting around fucking forever, trying to get onto the platform. I suffered so bad. For some reason I had it in my head that if those things those traps there, they would close in on you as soon as they were on level with you on the ladder. No, they're on a set pattern, I believe, so take advantage of that. But for some reason, I got it into my head they weren't. Even though I've done it a few times, I couldn't. My mind wouldn't work with it. I tried everything here. As you can see, I'm trying rush jet. I'm trying several times to just. I'm using the balloon to try and pass it. Oh my fucking god! The time I wasted here was ridiculous. There we go. Finally. But yeah. I was stuck there about 15 minutes, I believe. Well, maybe not that long, maybe 10. Definitely a lot longer than it has any right to be. But we got our first boss of the Cossack stages now. Who we got? Because I really can't remember. Oh, I'm using the wrong weapon, apparently. Maybe? Alright, got the Pharaoh shot. I believe a lot of these bosses have multiple weaknesses, though, so... oh, we got the giant moth or whatever it is. You want to aim for the flashing thing on its stomach. This thing isn't actually too difficult, although I did make it look a lot more harder than it has any right to be, but that's just me. I suck that way. Pretty much just keep going back and forth like this. I would actually not recommend using the Pharaoh shot though, just purely because you'll need it for a future boss that I didn't actually have Pharaoh shot for, so I had to use one of the other weapons. In fact, I think I ended up having to use the Buster on it. You guys will see it in a bit. Probably in the next part actually, and I'm just going to drink. Unfortunately, I'm only down to one E-tank now. That was bad. Alright, I think it's also weak to the ring. I'm weak to the ring. That movie scares the shit out of me. By the way, I believe that is a bottomless pit down there. Apparently, no, it was the dust thing. Yeah, guys. See you next part.